Hi, welcome to my channel. Today I'm here at my parents' house. We're actually here to do a garden tour, but my mom just got an Intex pool just like the one we have. And so we figured we'd do a quick little video just showing putting it together.
Right.
Which
Haley did a wonderful job.
It's a really windy day. I don't know how the footage is going to look.
It's going to look like it was a windy day.
It was really hectic. It's actually died off. I think we're going to have a really nice garden tour.
Oh, I do too.
We're going to have a little dinner, but we'll go ahead and take you through the steps and show you kind of what we did. If it doesn't turn out, if nothing else, you can watch us struggling through the wind. There it is. All right, got your pool.
I'm excited.
All right, here is the location for my mom's pool. This is where she wanted to put it. It's shaded right now, which is nice for setting it up. It's early evening, but this area usually is very sunny for most of the day. And she did the same thing we did this year, which is to lay a tarp down, and then they actually had a bunch of extra compost. I used bagged sand, but she actually just used the compost she had, and this kind of protects it from big rocks that'll stick up and puncture the bottom of the pool. So hopefully that'll keep it from getting any holes, and it'll make the bottom of the pool nice and flat and smooth. I know last year I had one rock that kept sticking up, and my kids would hit it with their knees and tell me, "Ugh, we got a rock." So really important to get a nice smooth bottom. Now we realize that this pool is just a 10-foot kind of kiddie pool, right?
Yeah.
But it's something to float in. Should we show everyone what you're currently using?
Yeah, it's an upgrade. So
yes,
let's go.
And you love your pool, right?
I do. I love this.
It works. Whatever you need.
It's been very cooling.
It's great. I love it.
Usually I have an umbrella out here too, but it's too windy today.
You sent out your Christmas card last year. It was your first year you guys were retired, and it was you and my dad sitting in your little sun chairs with your umbrella.
And it's a great
those
pool.
Classic, what, $15 pool?
Yeah, I think it was $15.
But you came over and you saw ours, and you like the idea of floating.
I do, and I suppose I could float in this, but I didn't.
I think this is great.
You know what it was, Haley?
A little bit of water.
It's because I didn't want to dump it out every day. Because I dump this out every day.
Oh,
and I wanted to keep the water in it.
okay, that makes sense. All right, and this you can't keep here on the grass.
No, and so I always dump it out.
Okay. Now, I hope this is okay to say. I can edit it out if not, but the funny thing is, you guys are retired. This has been paid off for decades.
Yes.
You could absolutely put in a gorgeous in-ground pool if you wanted, right? But do you want to?
No.
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 Anyway, so here we go. We'll put together your little 10-foot Intex pool.
Okay.
Which is great. I love mine.
Yeah. Oh.
Should we lay it on its
Yeah.
side?
Yeah.
All right, we have our parts out of the box. This is all of our stuff here to assemble the pump. You can see kind of a little diagram. And then these tubes clip in, and then these are all the little filters and the little clamps that hold the tubes on. The pump, the pool, the little pulls on the sides, little knuckles that hold them together. Oh, and then these are the little feet that go on the end of those poles. So they actually have the little side poles within the poles that go horizontally around, just to save space. So they have these tucked in here. All right, I think we're ready.
Okay.
The first thing we did was unfold the liner and smooth it all out and get as many of the wrinkles out as we could. You can see this is where the wind picked up and started making it a little bit of a challenge. Then we went around and slid each crossbar through the liner's sleeve and then connected them using the T-bars. 2 people definitely makes this step go faster, and it's really nice, especially when you're trying to connect that final T-bar and it's a little tight.
There it goes.
Woo! Get the whoa!
What?
It's like a sail.
Oh, look, a little fort.
Next up, it's time to install the upright supports. They come separate from their little feet that look like this. The narrow end goes into the T-bars, and then the other end fits right down into the little black footer. Now, my daughter and I realized a few years ago when we were doing our pool that it's best to kind of heel toe the support into the footer, and I recommend using a hard surface like concrete. It's much easier than trying to use your hands. Next, we just went around and installed the upright supports into the T-bars. Again, the narrow end goes into the T-bar. They kind of slide out, but as you work and the pool becomes more and more finished, they tend to stay in better. So don't panic if they start falling out. Just put them right back in. Make sure they're inside that support band that goes around the pool. Now, since we wanted to put our pool together on the nice soft grass instead of on the gravel, this next step is just for us. Ideally, you're putting your pool together in its location that it's going to actually be in already, so that you don't have to do what we're doing and move it. A few things when positioning your pool. First of all, it needs to be able to reach electricity. Second of all, the pump isn't the most attractive thing with all of its cords and the tubes, so I recommend putting it in a spot that isn't as visible. The pump connects to the 3 holes in the liner, and you can see how we're lining them up so that the pump will be backed up against the shop, kind of out of sight. Next, we connected the 2 drains on the inside of the pool. They have covers that twist on, and then we secured the 2 hoses on the outside, making sure to get a nice tight seal and then clamping each connection with a clamp. I just got these 2 hooked up. Those are the things that kind of suck the water in to be filtered through the pump, and then it'll shoot the water out, and there's a little output hole right over there. I'm quickly just connecting the 2 hoses with a T part and clamping each side, and then from the bottom side a pipe will run to the pump. I had to include this footage because a huge gust of wind came and made it so tricky. I'm closing my eyes so I don't get dirt in them, but we got it done. You could also start adding water to your pool at this point, making sure to kind of keep adjusting the liner, pulling it apart, adjusting the upright supports so that no wrinkles form as the water fills in. Because once that water is in there, it's really hard to make changes because it's so heavy. Next, I'm following the same process to connect the return. This is where the water shoots back into the pool, just making sure that all of my connections are nice and tight, and again that I'm using a clamp on every pipe connection. Is it to your liking?
A little slope to it.
We were nervous, weren't we, Dee Dee?
Yes.
Now, the dilemma is my dad came home and he thinks it's sloped.
Which it is, probably.
It probably is. Like, ours is sloped a little too.
I'm good with it, hey?
He said go ahead and fill it and we'll just see. And if they need to fix it, they can fix it. Now, of course, you could go around and kind of disguise the edges if you wanted to. I know the tarp isn't
I think
beautiful,
we probably will.
but you could get, I don't know if you're going to go to that effort, but
We'll probably blow it off and stuff.
yeah, you could definitely. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. We absolutely had fun putting my mom's pool together, and so happy just to get her cooled off and floating during these hot summer days. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.